Well, hello. I have a guest today.
Hi.
Who are you?
Oh, my name is Kimberly.
Awesome. So you may have seen her before. I got her to come on to talk about song leading that one time. And then way back, I got you to do that headphone challenge.
Oh, yeah. The Whisper Challenge. Yes.
So out of everyone on my YouTube, you're the most reoccurring guest.
Wow. I am honored.
Yeah. I've had my dad on here once. And now I've had you on here 3 times.
Wow.
So today, I thought we would talk about the past 10 years of friendship. Technically more than that at this point.
Yeah.
Like 12? Because we became friends when we were 11.
We're in middle school. 11 or 12. Yeah, 12.
So 12 years. And we just watched a bunch of our old videos today. So last time we hung out and did song stuff, it was when we tried on our uniforms. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And this time we watched a lot of the old videos from dance, cheer, and song, and everything in between. So that was really fun to go down memory lane and see how we improved.
It was fun. Because we had been talking about this for a while, wanting to find our old videos and watch them again. So it was really fun to finally be able to watch them.
Yeah. And then how would you say was the progression for you from 7th grade to sophomore year of high school? What was it like to see you improve?
Oh, it was crazy because I feel like 7th grade, it was very we liked dance, but I don't know, we were even noting ourselves. We were looking at us how did we start like that and then end like that? But we did watch them out of order. So we watched the high school first, and then when we looked back at the 7th grade ones, I was like, whoa, that was major improvement. We went from just enjoying it and having fun to enjoying it, but actually being pretty decent. I would say we were pretty good. I was pretty impressed with us.
Yeah, even looking from 8th grade.
Yeah.
7th to 8th grade, our technique improved, our confidence.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like we were more in touch with our bodies of how we danced, and our precision.
Yeah, we knew kind of what worked well or how we need to execute the moves to make it look good, I feel like. Yeah, because before we kind of just doing it.
Yeah, we were just kind of doing it, but not making it very aesthetic to watch and hitting the marks of everything.
I would agree.
Lots of better technique with we did that cool, I don't know what it's called, with our leg in the air.
Oh yeah.
Is that an eclipse?
When we're going down.
Yeah, when you
I think I feel like it's I know when you just put your leg up, it's a needle, but I forget when you move at the same time. I don't know what it's
called. For some reason, eclipse. Eclipso? No, Eclipso's the jump with the legs.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't remember terms, dance
know,
terms at all.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
I know, because I try to have dance conversations with some people now and be like, oh yeah, I used to do dance, this is what I would do, and I'm like, oh, I forgot the names of all this stuff.
Yeah, which is crazy because I feel like when we were in dance, wouldn't the teacher just say the names of the move, and we would have to know what they were talking about?
Yeah.
So that's crazy. So at one point we really did know all the terms, and now it's just I don't know.
Yeah, because there's all the secons, there's what's the other ones where you put the foot in?
Fouettes?
Fouettes, yes.
Yeah.
All secons and fouettes, and then there's pirouettes. What are some other dancey terms?
I don't know,
a plie.
Releve.
Yeah, releve.
Plie. Different kinds of leaps. Yeah.
My favorite was the switch leap.
I was gonna say, I remember you really switch leaps.
Yeah.
Or I remember there was the backwards leaps too, where you would go and
then
leap
backwards. Yes.
Yeah.
Those were my favorites. Any cool tricks? Because you felt so cool when you mastered it. Because I don't know, I feel like leaps at some point become very basic.
Yeah.
You know.
So you have to throw in some cool ones.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the other terms I'm thinking of now are chaînés and PKs.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And sachet.
Oh, it's sachet. All the shays.
Oh yes, all the shays. Yeah, so that was really cool to look back and see that. And then especially to see the song years as well, freshman year and sophomore year, the different dance styles, what was trendy at the time with the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Cool. So if you could encapsulate middle school and then high school and then college for our friendship, how would you describe that journey and growth?
Oh boy, that's a big question.
I know I'm interviewing her now.
I know, and I feel interviewed, and this is definitely on the spot. We did not talk about anything beforehand. It's just
the candid
camera on. Yeah, just talking. Okay, well, I don't know. I feel middle school like it was more of like our friendship. It was like more of like a group friendship kind of thing. Were you gonna say
yeah.
that? Like we were good friends, but like more so like our group was good
Yes.
friends. So like I feel like in that terms, like we weren't like personally like on our own relationship, just the two of us, like super close, but it was like as a whole group we were really close. And then high school is when we got like super close. So I would say that was when we were like the closest probably we've ever been, because it was really like us two, like yeah, and we did song together, and
we
even just outside of song,
yeah,
we just really
like
hung out with each other. Yeah,
lunch.
I mean, we had other friends too, but we were definitely like really close then. And then college, we're still good friends, but of course since we went to separate colleges, kind of did our own things. We still kept in touch. We still saw each other at holidays and stuff, but I think definitely like grew apart, but not really. Like, but at the same time, whenever we got together, like we could talk about anything.
Yeah, it was just kind of like naturally, because we're in different areas, we're not seeing each other every day.
Yeah.
Because in high school, although we didn't have class together really, I still saw you at lunch every day. I saw you at practice when we were doing song leading. When we quit song, we had cars, so we could do more outside of school together. And then I knew our friendship was going to change in college because we went to different schools. We're going to be busy, not see each other as much. But I didn't feel like we lost touch.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like, I knew naturally, I think everybody's kind of friendships like grows apart, but I think ours is actually a lot closer than a lot of people's are for like being friends since high school. Like the amount like that we still keep in touch and know about each other's life is like definitely different than I feel like other people's friendships.
Yeah, it's definitely very rare.
Yeah.
Especially not even high school, middle school.
Yeah, it's true. Like that's true. Like middle school, not a lot of people can say that they're still like good friends in middle school. Like maybe you catch up, but we're still like good friends.
Yeah. And I think, and not just looking at our friendship, but I know like our friends Megan, Maddie, not Madison, Maddie, and Anna are still really good friends. They became good friends 8th grade, our year. So it is cool to have other examples to look at.
That's true. I kind of forgot too that they're also like very close now. So yeah, that actually is cool that we do know a lot of people from like our like schools and stuff that we can still see are like good friends.
Yeah, it's like a good testimony, because I know that I know Maddie and Megan went to college together.
Yes, they did. Then, that probably helped a little bit. But yeah.
And then I think they were like in Megan's wedding or something like that. So still stayed really good friends. And then for us, middle school, like the group aspect, because we were like a 4 quad, I guess you could say, 7th grade, because we met 6th grade year, but we weren't really like friends. We didn't really hang out or like do anything outside of school. And then somehow 7th grade we became a quad.
I don't just thinking
the magic
about that.
moment. Like what magic moment made us become a quad?
I don't know, because I was actually thinking about that, because I was like, yeah, we weren't really like good friends. Like our group wasn't good friends till 7th grade, but it's weird because we met because we were in ASB together in 6th grade, and 7th grade we weren't in ASB together, so I don't really know how that happened.
Yeah, I think I might have forced it. I don't know.
Could be, I don't know. Could be.
Just knowing like the fact that I am pursuer of people, I probably was like, I am now friends with Allie, and I really want to be friends with Megan, and Megan's really good friends with Kimberly, and I like Kimberly, so we should all just hang out and become like this little quad. And I don't remember the first time we ever hung out.
I don't either.
Like, I don't know, the spark of like, what was the first hangout that we did? What made us be like, we're a quad now?
I don't know, because also like we were a quad, but then like it just started growing too.
8th
like
grade.
I don't remember. Okay, I was like, I don't remember when like other people also started like hanging out with us too.
I think it was 8th grade.
Yeah.
Because 7th grade, it was me and Megan in cheer, so we had that in common, and you and Megan in ASB, and then I guess Allie was just in our classes.
I think so.
We just kind of became a quad that way. And then 8th grade is when a lot of people joined cheer, and we all did ASB again. And I feel like our friend group was a lot of the people who were in ASB.
It was.
Most people in cheer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, because like Maya, McKenna, and Taylor did ASB, but they didn't do cheer.
Yes.
And then like Allie, Megan, you, me, Rachel, we all did cheer.
We did cheer.
Yeah.
And Brittany.
And Brittany as well did both
and Amanda,
ASB and cheer. And so,
like I'm thinking about the people that were in that.
Yeah.
Video
I don't think Amanda did ASB though. I think she just did cheer.
She was in cheer.
Yeah, she was in cheer. So we kind of mixed the two friend groups.
We did.
Some of us were in both, and some were only in one or the other, and we just kind of like
And we all did have classes together because we were all like, I think it was
In
like
the
the honors track, and
yeah.
so like there was really only two honors groups, so like we all happened to be in the same one.
Yeah, and then you had all your classes together.
Yeah, like literally all day long. So that helped too.
Yeah.
And we really just were with each other all day.
And that's, I think, how Natalie came in our group as well, because she was in our honors classes, but she didn't do ASB or cheer. I was about to say song, but song didn't exist in
Not in
middle school. So yeah, and then I think Anna and Maddie did cheer, but not ASB? Question mark? Were they on ASB?
I think they just were on cheer.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just really cool to see like the overlap, and yeah, our group exploded 8th grade, and boys were added.
Oh yeah, very.
All the boy flip-flopping of people. That was a whole thing. And then I think another thing that grew our friendship was I became a Christian 8th grade going into high school. And so I remember you like went to church and were a Christian. So I think that's what made us become closer as well.
I think so too, yeah, because then we had like another aspect to talk about in our friendship, about our faith and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I always looked to her as like, I don't know, since you were like really involved in your church, I looked to you as like, oh, you're like a really strong sister in Christ, you know, like that's not very common in public school to have someone who like actually is going to church and like seeking the Lord and like trying to live in his way instead of just being like, oh yeah, I go to church sometimes on Sunday because my parents, you know, kind of take me. I think that made a huge impact on me and my walk. You know, like having someone that I could like go to, because if you don't have someone to like hold you accountable, or like just like it would have been so easy as like an 8th grader wanting to fit in with like the in crowd to just like go that way and like go to the parties, or, like go to all the hangouts and try to be a cool kid. But I think since I had you, I was like, oh, well, I don't need that.
That's true. We didn't get involved in that kind of stuff.
No, we did not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that played a big role too, like in our friendship growing in high school too. And we have to mention our other friend Kayleen, who is a big part of our like trio in high school. But she was also a Christian.
Yep.
So I feel like that really bonded us. Like the three of us were like really good friends because of that. Yeah. Just because of like, you know, all the typical high school influences and people around you doing stuff. But like we had the three of us, we were like, no, like we're going to be a group. We're going to hang out with each other and like not get involved in that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Kayleen joining our little trio sophomore year, mainly because of you. Because you had a class with her sophomore year in English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that you guys kind of like brought her in. I remember I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
I think I remember you too, and I was like, no, it'll be good. Trust me, like I can see it.
And it was good.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like that carried us through junior year, senior year, and even into college.
Yeah.
And she just got married.
She did.
So that's really crazy. Got married in October. Oh.
Wow, that went by fast.
Yeah, 13 minutes. We don't have to end the video now. I just wanted to like at least get 13 minutes in before. But yeah, so that was really cool to like see us like grow up through that. And I think 8th grade also really bonded us because we were the only ones without a boyfriend in our friend group.
Yeah.
And you didn't care.
Oh no.
But I cared.
I mean, I feel like you've asked me this before. You're like, so like you didn't like anybody, and like, but I'm like, no, like middle school boys, like ew, you know.
I know you
like,
were just so
like they're so
mature.
immature. Yeah, I was like, they're so immature. Like, no, I cannot be dating any of them right now.
I know. And for me, I was like, all my friends are, and if my friends are, then what's wrong with me? Like that's how I felt. You know, like why am I not good enough for these like guys? And honestly, really grateful that I, you know, dodged that bullet in the middle school 8th grade relationship. Because it's so funny, people even to this day, I've had conversations with people and I'm like, oh, like, have you dated before? And like some of them say yes, but it doesn't really count because it was 8th grade. So it's like people, they like acknowledge that they had like an 8th grade relationship because that's like the thing to do in 8th grade.
Yeah.
But they also acknowledge that like it doesn't really count.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. I definitely understand that feeling of like, oh yeah, like, well, all my friends are in relationships, like I want to be in it too. So yeah.
Yeah.
But very happy too that we both waited.
But then when you see like a relationship, like, you don't have a car, you don't have money at that age. Like, when are you seeing each other? Only when your parents drive you, unless you're lying behind your parents' back of, like, saying that you're hanging out with a friend when you're really going and hanging out with Johnny or something. But
I think it was really just at school. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, because we did have boys, like, in our friend group, mainly just because, like, our friends were, like, kind of dating them or like them. But I don't did we really hang out with them outside of school very often? Not really.
No.
Mainly
It was
just in
only,
school.
like, at, if, like, it was a school thing that we did outside. Like, when we went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Or, Knott's. Maybe, did they get I don't think they went to Knott's.
I don't remember them. I feel like it was, like, always just the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was mostly the girls. I know we went to Boomers for 8th grade as well, and they were there. But yeah, it's really funny to look back on that season. And then, yeah, high school, we saw each other a lot in song.
Yes.
Like, every single day. And then when we quit song, we still saw each other a lot because I think we established that friendship. But things definitely changed because I didn't see you as much.
Yeah.
Because I had BBN, which was my video production class. And then you had a lot of church stuff that you did. And then now we're here 2 years out of college. So now from going to college where you lived in Irvine, I lived in Long Beach, and we lived by our campuses, to then coming back home, like, how has our friendship changed since, like, the college kind of, like, not seeing each other?
After the college, yeah. Well, then we came back, and then because we both came back to our homes, like our hometown, we live like 5 minutes away from each other now because, like, we live at our parents' house. So then I think afterwards actually, right after college, when we both came back, we saw each other a lot because we became workout buddies.
Yes.
So during all of that quarantine stuff, we're like, no, we're gonna, like, work out. So we work out at least, like, once to not, like, twice a week.
Yeah, once or twice a week.
So we did see each other really regularly. And then I feel like also after that, like, we did that for a while. I would say, like, we were very consistent.
Months, yeah.
And then we kind of got busy because of, like, jobs. Because at that point then, I went to grad school, but then after that I was, like,
you did
really
go to grad school.
Yeah. It was, like, a year, but, like, yeah, I went to grad school, and then after that we were both kind of, like, now pursuing, like, jobs and trying to get more plugged in, at least for me, like, trying to find community now at, like, my home church, right, and getting more involved in that. And then I know Stacy also was, like, you know, doing her job search and trying out new churches and stuff like that. So I think because of that, we kind of, I mean, we a little bit distant. We didn't see each other as much anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And now we have a very healthy relationship because,
We got to talk.
We did. We had a talk recently.
Yeah, we did. And so I guess to end the video, how would you, so, like, talking, I guess this is the ultimate point. Sometimes God has we come to the ultimate point during the video, but, like, talking about our friendship from beginning to end, knowing each other for a long time, and, like, how it's important to, like, do, like, check-ins or, like, if there's something bothering you, like, conflict, like, kind of talking about that experience we had, like, a couple months ago.
Yeah, so I think that was, like, it was a really good moment for our friendship because, as we had mentioned, like, because we've known each other for so long and because of, like, the different life phases you go through, and these are, like, pretty big phases too in your life, or at least, like, in your young life, it, like, definitely changed our friendship. And so I think it kind of got, at least for me, and we talked about it, was a little confusing for the both of us of, like, oh, like, what is our friendship at now, just because of the stage of life. It's, like, can't be the same as it was before because we're in different places now. And so you're able to have, like, a really good open conversation about that of, like, what do we expect from each other in this friendship, and like, what do we hope for this friendship, and, like, the ways we want to see it grow, and, like, be, like, really open about that. And so, like, I don't know, it was really just, like, a really honest and open conversation of, like, the past, things that we went through, and then, like, how our friendship was then, and, like, now what we expect from our friendship. And so I don't know.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Yeah,
I think it was a good time to, like, share things from high school that hurt us, and, like, behaviors that we did and how that's impacted our friendship and the way we perceived each other. And, like, it's just been a lot more open and honest, I feel like, the past, like, couple months to a year. Like, I opened up to you back in the summer of something that happened when I was younger that I never told you, and then you opened up to things that I hurt you by when I was in high school, and just, like, airing out those things and letting it be spoken, I think is important. And I think people can get scared by the word conflict because it
Yeah.
sounds so serious and scary, but I think it's healthy, especially if you've known someone for a long time, you know, to not let those things build up or to like speak them so then we can acknowledge them and grow from them.
Yeah.
And I think it was, I thought it was a really beautiful moment.
I thought so too, because I mean, I was actually pretty nervous because I feel like I was like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna go, but like I was really, really like thankful that you were so open to it, and you're like, I'm really glad that we were able to have these conversations because without this, like we wouldn't have been able to like grow more in our friendship. And I was like, you're right, like we needed to have that happen.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, especially because knowing each other for 10 years, you know, like you said, different life stages, different times of friendship and seasons and things like that. It's important to communicate, I think, really like, hey, this is what you're doing and this is how you feel about it. This is what I would like. This is what I hope for. And really that's like all relationships. Like if you think of like a marriage or, you know, parent relationship, any long-term friendship to some degree, you're going to have different ebbs and flows. And yeah, it made me really proud of us.
I was really proud of us too, because I think we reflected, we're like, wow, like we've come to this point where we're like able to have this conversation, and it wasn't even like, it wasn't awkward, it wasn't comfortable, we weren't even like, it was like such a calm, like collected like conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I think that's important that you said like we're able to have the conversation, because I think the things that were bothering you from high school, we wouldn't have been able to have that conversation in high school.
Oh,
like
no.
you wouldn't have been able to confront me in it. I wouldn't have been able to handle it well, and then it would have been weird to have it in college because we didn't see each other that often, and like we lived in our different cities, and so it felt like the perfect timing
It did, yeah.
to have it, and it, especially after over 10 years of friendship, it felt like a really good airing things out and like kind of like a reset of like forgiveness and understanding and acknowledging too, you know, like, and acknowledging my behavior in high school.
Well, and I was gonna say acknowledging too that like we like both really value this friendship that we have, so knowing that like it's definitely something we still want to like have, like I would never want to lose this friendship, but like knowing that like it just might need to change a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that goes back to like if you value the relationships you have in your life, you're going to want to like work through the like hard parts or the conflict because you see the value in it, and I think that's also rare in our day and age. I think sometimes like people just
it's too hard.
Yeah, if it's hard or like you guys are not in sync anymore, like different life phases, you're like, oh, okay, I guess we'll just drift away and move on. And that's really sad because I think it's really special that we can say we've been friends since middle school.
Yeah.
And it's been such a privilege and honor to like see you grow.
Same.
Watching those videos of 7th grade us.
Yeah.
It's just really cool. You know, like I got to see us in the awkward years and see us like growing into women in high school and then like finding our place in college and now like being like adults in the working force and trying to make our way in that as well. It's really cool to see how God has like brought us through that together. On my end, it's just like kind of cringe because I was very obnoxious. So I'm like, wow, thank you for sticking around, Kimberly, through like all of that, because I definitely evened out a little bit in high school. I feel like 7th and 8th grade was like peak annoying years for me. Just personally, very annoying and obnoxious.
Well, I was saying, like, we were all kind of annoying and obnoxious in middle school. Like, what middle schooler isn't? Especially, like, our group was pretty annoying and obnoxious. So I'm
especially
glad
all
we've
of us
grown
together.
from that. Yeah. Like, when we were, like, those videos of, like, our group together, I was like, it's cringe all around.
We were talking over each other, like, missing each other's inside jokes, trying to backtrack. It's kind of interesting from a psychology standpoint of, like, group dynamics. And seeing how at that age you want to fit in and be in the know. Like when one friend, at least for me especially, I felt this a lot, is watching myself see two friends be in the know with each other, have an inside joke or an inside moment, and then you're like out on the outside watching it. When you're in 8th grade at least, it feels so much heightened. It's like, oh, I'm on the outside. Now when you're an adult, you don't really care. Because you're like, oh, whatever, you know? But when you're 13...
It's a big deal,
everything is so heightened. And emotions. You're coming into puberty, getting your period for the first time.
Yep.
So, yeah. Any closing thoughts?
Not really.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm just glad that, really value our friendship and glad that we're still friends to this day and can, like, look back and kind of laugh or reflect about like how we've grown from then to now. So that's like really cool.
Yeah. High five.
Yay!
Cool. Bye.